Look what came in a Maybach Little Wing flat top Havana Tobacco burst with two P90s. A beautiful traditionally designed instrument, but does it just look good or is it also a good instrument? Come on, let's find it out together. Little reminder ahead of the video, make sure to subscribe, and now let's get started. My feedback on this guitar is organized into the following categories: craftsmanship or workmanship, playability, and authenticity. But before we start with the categories, let's get an overview over the guitar specifications. Attention please, Mr. Spec, your turn. The basic components of the guitar are a thin line mahogany body with a sustain block and a two-piece roasted maple top in Havana Tobacco nitro finish with a delicate binding. On top sits a 50s fat-shaped mahogany neck with an ebony 12-inch fingerboard, which is fitted with 22 medium jumbo frets. The 42.8 nut is made out of real bone. On the back, the neck is finished with a glossy, I would say charcoal gray or black finish. The headstock is traditionally designed like a Spanish acoustic guitar headstock, specifically by Maybach, created in this slotted style. The tuners are traditional occlusion open gear nickel tuners. The rest of the hardware is in a tarnished nickel look. As electronics, we find two P90 pickups, CTS TVT 250k ohm potentiometers, and matching 0.047 UF resistors. The guitar is modernly wired with a volume and a tone control per each pickup, and the pickups can be controlled by the three-way switch. So let's focus on the workmanship. The first thing you notice when you pick up the guitar is that it's very, very light for its appearance. It doesn't seem like that at first, but it's not particularly surprising considering that it's a thin line. Points of criticism that I noticed after playing it for the first time: the string action is a little too high for me. This could be set better from the factory. The pickups are also not set to the perfect height. Tiny bummer. The next point of criticism relates to the design of the guitar. We have a Gibson scale, which is not fully playable on this model because no cutaway. What could also be better is the placement of the toggle switch. That is somehow not quite right. I think there could be a better solution, like here or over there maybe, because either I'm already hanging on the toggle and hit it accidentally while playing, or I have to reach around the edge to fully control it. A little suboptimal. Speaking of electronics, hobbyists and people who like to work on their instruments will have a hard time with this guitar, as the only access I can think about is through the pickup pocket. Very exhausting if you just want to clean a potentiometer. Okay, that's the criticism. Now to the positive aspects of the workmanship. How cool is that top, please? Wow! The flamed maple with the Havana Tobacco dude horn, the traditionally designed F-holes, the traditional headstock, the set-in P90 pickups. It's just like, what the hell? particularly pleased about the P90s. Normally you have a frame around the pickups on which the pickups are mounted on springs. The string spacing of the pickup is defined by adjusting the spring on the screw on the pickup frame. Not here. Here the screws are integrated into the pickup so that the pickup blends naturally into the traditional appearance of this instrument. The binding is not perfect all the way through, and it is precisely this imperfection that makes it so beautiful and harmonious. All controls are super accessible, except of the toggle switch here. Minor drawbacks for details, but all in all, an insanely good workmanship. 9 out of 10. First of all, a question. Why buy a guitar with 22 frets when you can play maximum 17? That concept makes 0.0 sense to me, even though I personally love the traditional design. It definitely makes sense to buy the guitar with a cutaway so that the upper frets can be played. I don't know if that makes a difference in terms of sound, but like that, dead end at fret 17. Funny, because Maybach writes on their website about the little wing. The given goal of our little wing is to be wide open to everything, the ease of flying over obstacles and letting the flow arise in every aspect. Yes, but only up to the 17th fret. But seriously, I do understand what Maybach means with this statement about the little wing. It's about letting go, not having to think, but allowing creativity to come through the fingers. It's about letting fingers and the guitar switch off your brain completely, and songs and licks and riffs just emerge, letting yourself fall into this emotion, just enjoying the feeling of playing, feeling at home, feeling the sound through the guitar, thanks to the thin line construction, to feel the vibration from the fingertip to the last nuance in the amplified sound, soak it up, and finally let it pour out in a wonderful soundgasm. Oh yes! The little wing did definitely do that, but only until the 17th fret. Alright, I just rate it up to the 17th fret and say 10 out of 10. It's awesome. It's freaking awesome. Playability is wow. Gosh. By authenticity, I mean uniqueness. Let's be honest. Every guitar model has been adapted, copied, reinvented hundreds or 1,000 times. Whether it's an S and T, V, LP, SG type guitar, there is nothing that doesn't exist. For me, the little wing is a thin line in the adaptation of the LP style, but only as a reference, as a basic idea. It has a very unique character that can perhaps best be categorized in an ES type guitar, but the P90s make it much more smoother and a little cheekier because of its flat top. The design is a little bit junior style again, and the headstock is not only visually bombastic, but also has another advantage that many 3-on-3 headstocks miss. Tuning stability. Due to the fact that the strings have a flatter angle towards the headstock, the tuning stability on the little wing is much more given than on a classic 3/3 headstock. So 10 out of 10. A great instruments with a few flaws, but none of us is perfect, right? Who wants to be perfect? It's boring without a few rough edges. Slight deductions are made for the position of the switch, the unplayability from the 17th fret, and the default action. Props for an overall concept, a flawless finish, a well-planned and thought-out design, which is very unique. The fact that it's a tunable 3.3 guitar, 3-on-3 guitar, and above all, this awesome playing feel. 9.5 out of 10, period. Check out the Maybach Little Wing, link in the video description. Remember, rock and roll starts in your fingers and ends in perfect equipment, not the other way around. And I'll catch you in the next Hangout.